the way that the economy is stalling and that there's people who are just absolutely hurting more than I've ever seen in my entire career. Hundreds and hundreds of people that I've been able to help with their biggest investments, and I've never seen this much pain. It's absolutely terrifying.
Bank of Canada, TK, is
Okay.
predicted to trim. This is important because well, imagine how this will change. But for now, they're predicting that they're going to trim rates 4 more times next year.
Okay.
Now, I don't think
Welcome.
anywhere in the model was that alien invasion, but assuming that it's not aliens and it's just going to get swept under the rug and nothing will really come of it, another nothing burger, like Bank of Canada lowering rates 4 more times. I guess they're assuming 4 quarter point cuts, another point. What does that do to the real estate market here?
Remember when they said the Bank of Canada said that they were going to keep rates low for long and everyone
Yes,
should go? What happened, Daryl?
I got fucking fooled. That's for sure. I got tricked.
Nobody knows next year, including the Bank of Canada, what the rate announcements will bear. It all depends on what's going on with the economy.
That's
And the
right.
way that the job market is right now, the way that the power sales are increasing, the way that the economy is stalling, and that there's people who are just absolutely hurting more than I've ever seen in my entire career. Hundreds and hundreds of people that I've been able to help with their biggest investments, and I've never seen this much pain. It's absolutely terrifying when you look at it. And it
Hmm.
wasn't like this a year ago. It wasn't like this 6 months ago. It wasn't like this 2 years ago. It wasn't like this in 2009, 8, 17. It was never like this. This is the first time I've ever witnessed this. And it's really, really crazy how much debt people have, how high the interest rates that they're paying compared to what they were paying before is, no matter how it's relative. So no matter what the delta is, but they are absolutely finished. There is no like getting out of this. This is like we need to sell or else we lose it all. House of cards.
So Bailey is obsessed with this show where it's this guy getting people out of debt and they're all
Yeah.
buried and they're all burying themselves alive. And it's like you watch these people and it's like, well, no wonder so in debt. Like you're so fucking stupid. What are you doing? Right? Why are you doing that? Right? It's so obvious, but to the people involved, that it's like so not obvious. It's scary. It's like what
Gotta buy new
you
shoes.
you think I should get a job? Like what? I that wasn't supposed. We we got to stop this show right now. I wasn't. You. No one said you're going to
They
tell
told
me
me
I
I was
need to
gonna
get a job.
work. Yeah.
But this is the thing. It's like how when you look at these people, these sad situations that you're dealing with, if you actually take a look at the documentation, okay, that got them in the mess. I mean, is it not obvious that they shouldn't even be in the mess to begin with? Like they should never have had the house they're in, right? Like they couldn't ever afford it. I mean, how many people are really just like clobbered by the interest rates? How many people got really fucking caught in that delta that was
Part of
ridiculous
it's
and the
part of it's
timing?
part of it. It's part of it. Most of it, though, the experiences that I've seen so far are people who have just been accumulating debt. So Canadians have been using their
On
home
top of
equity, the
yeah,
equity in their homes as a ATM.
yeah,
And every time that they build up debt, credit cards, and all that kind of stuff, they refinance. And then
yeah,
they refinance out again. And then they refinance out again. And then they keep doing that
yeah,
until, guess what? Banks say no.
yeah.
They say, well, let's go to the B lender then. And in
Mm.
some cases, C lender, private
Oh,
lenders.
right. Because the market will come back and then I'll get it all like,
And then I'll sell, then I'll retire, then I'll take it out, then I'll because I got all this equity. And
yeah,
then these are also the people who think that their home is worth here when it's actually worth here.
right.
So they have this perceived equity. This is a huge thing with certain types of people is perceived wealth um, gives them the feeling and comfort that they can keep on spending. I
Right.
think there's other people who honestly deep down inside always feel broke and always feel poor and they never feel like they have enough. So they always keep saving and saving and being super cautious and careful about where they're spending their money. And then other people where they get this feeling where it's just like, oh my gosh, I've made it. I've got $10,000 coming back on my tax return next year and I'm gonna go and just blow my brains out on my credit cards because next year I'm gonna be able to spend. I'm gonna be able to pay it back,
Yeah.
right?
Well, you
And
got
that's the personality type.
well, you got these people, this type that you're talking about that, yeah, they don't but I don't know how they're getting line of credit. But anyways, like they definitely don't make enough money. Maybe they bought the house at a good
I have
time.
that
They've got
personality.
appreciation, but like now on top of the constant refinancing over the years, now what they're hit with is the cost of living increase just went bananas, right? And so that faced with a refinancing for people, like just is a fucking blow of like a death blow. Like they're done, right? You mix that together, and how hard must it be for an average person to absorb a 2-3 point interest rate increase, right, to their
Yeah.
payment, while the cost of living on food and energy and everything else that you actually need has doubled in like the last 4 years, right? Are you dying to have the Canadian Real Estate Show merch?
Ho, ho, ho. I bet they are, Daryl. Guess what?
Ho, ho, ho.
Now they can buy it themselves. Go check out the merch store.
What a Christmas gift this would be. Make Canada great again, TK.
Your significant other, think about them opening up on Christmas Day, a gift from the Canadian Real Estate Show. You know, maybe they don't even know what that is,
Maybe
but
they
imagine the look on their eyes of surprise.
Yeah.
Guys, for very reasonable rates that we make very little money on, check out the merch store and support the cause.